your thoughts on the manager in terms of his press conferences. When you switch him on and he's on the TV, are you sat there thinking, oh God, what's he going to come out with now? Or do you actually enjoy and think he's charismatic, he's bringing something to the Premier League?
Yeah, I quite like him. Look, he is very honest, but you can be too honest, as Adam says. He's saying what every manager probably thinks. At some point, you're like, I'll hate him. I don't like him. That's just the way you are about. I want to leave. I'll have to get out of this. The pressure's too much. But I don't think you say that out loud. I think there's so many experienced managers now in the Premier League who will be thinking that, and I've thought that, but they won't say it. The worst comment for me was after the Grimsby game, the one where he said the players spoke out loud. I thought that was a little bit damning for him.
What did you think he meant by that?
That they don't want to play for him.
I actually thought they spoke really loud with their performance, as in, like, they're not good enough. I thought he was having a dig at Mainu, if I'm being honest, because there was a lot of talk going into that game that Mainu could be going, he's not using him, he's cover for Fernandez. And Mainu did have a poor game in the game. And it was interesting what he said. I suppose you could take it lots of different ways, couldn't you, how he spoke.
But they're not doing anything.
Yeah.
This system, the system, it's all systems, and it is alien to everyone, really. I think, especially in English football. I don't remember seeing it. It's very simple 4-3-3, 4-4-2. People do play three at the back, and I've said it since he started. Man United, for some reason, three at the back is just not. It's not them. I don't know what it is. As I said, I remember our manager tried it. So
you haven't got wingers, have you? That's what the club is famous for, isn't it?
Yeah, we haven't got them wide players who can attack and can entertain. We're playing wing backs who Diallo's is a wing back, isn't he? Sorry, he's a winger.
It's been really poor this season as well, and you're thinking, is that because of the change in position? He was one of our best players last season. But I do also think as well, and thankfully seems we're making a signing at the moment. I posted it after the Arsenal game, like, these keepers will cost this manager. They're both useless.
I don't know if it is a system or what, but they have little spells of looking really good, exciting. And then have spells which are so...
And then someone has a shot
bad.
And the keeper lets it in.
But I think a lot of it will come, all the time, I think a lot of good teams at the midfield sorted, don't they? There's too much indecision in the midfield area. You think of Casemiro. Look, Casemiro's been a brilliant player, but we know his deficiencies, don't we? Fernandez, they're the two he's going with. Now, Fernandez, to me, is someone who fills into midfield. You know what I mean? He might get away with it 1, 2, 3 games possibly. He's not got the discipline to be a central.
For the balance of the team, I probably would have took the 100 mil. It's like, I love Bruno Fernandes, and I've got not a bad word to say about him. I think he's been incredible for us. But when you look at the team and the shape, we brought in Cunha and Mbeumo, who also play in his best positions. You go, we need balance in that midfield. We finished 15th with him.
Adam,
take the 100 mil and sort the team for the
number
future.
10s in, was that really necessary? You think you've got your Mason Mount, you've got your Kobe Mino who can do that.
That's what it feels like. Maybe they thought Bruno was off.
If you've done that and wasted a bit of money and not been able to get a midfield player or a goalkeeper, it's not great recruitment-wise, is it? Just having the sense of getting that forward line, bringing 3 forwards in the end, but I can't make better what a lot of the problems are in the team, which is 2 central midfield players and the goalkeeper's massive. They could never do anything defensively anyway because they've got lads on 3, 4, 5-year contracts.
Is it difficult because there's actually so much to fix? You can't fix all that in one window. You've got to...
Yeah, I agree, and it looks like he has tried to fix the forward line. There's signs of it working, but still
I think he felt
seen the last
we could
goals,
survive with these 2 keepers for this season, and then the season started.
Oh, absolutely not.
He's got to start there.
Lemon or what?
Lemons.
I don't know. I don't got a clue who he is. I hope he's good.
Have you actually signed him?
So no Martinez then?
Yeah.
No, it's not Martinez.
But listen, I just wanted to have a little vote here. I mean, how many of us in this room think Ruben Amorim will be manager of Manchester United next season?
Oh, the last of the season or next season?
Not last season, 'cause I think he was the manager last season.
I think he'll make it all the way to the summer. Next
Do you
season.
think when we're doing this show in 12 months, the first show of the season, 2 or 3 games in, he'll be the manager of Manchester United?
No chance.
Jamie, it feels so over.
Does anyone think he will be? Put the hands up.
Yeah, I think I do.
I'd like him to be.
It's so
I'm not
over.
sure.
So would I.
It's so obviously over.
He's so finished. Yeah.
Like, you've got the 2 better players last year, Fernandes, Diallo, both playing out of position, both struggling. Like, when you listen to Paul speak and you listen to Adam speak, you can tell that there's a yearning for it to work out. But you know when you don't really have a dog in the fight? It's like, he's clearly not the man for the job. It's so clearly over. There's a load of players in the squad that almost have to be redefined to be accommodated in his system. And this almost dogmatic approach to his system, the system, it's like, mate, just win some games. Like, change the system, accommodate the players. And if you can't do that, then you're not fit for purpose.
It's interesting in terms of changing the system, because I've always been, I don't blame him because for the system. I blame the guy who brought him in. For a guy to bring him in and play that system at a club like Manchester United, I don't think is right in terms of, the history of wingers and attack and play. We've seen Crystal Palace use this system and do it quite well. But for me, when I think of teams who play this system, and the one outlier is Chelsea under Conte, more often it's teams in the middle of a table or near the bottom who are trying to make it difficult for the opposition. It's not about winning games. Now, I think with Amorim, he's played this system and he's been one of the best teams in Portugal. So you're constantly on the ball. You're not getting asked as many questions defensively. So Manchester United right now, let's say that a team in the middle of the table, quality-wise. So they get asked questions defensively. At this moment, the manager can't ask. It's too easy to play against. That's my thing. But he's never going to change. So when we keep saying change, and I do think Manchester United have the players to play 4-3-3 more, you're asking a manager who doesn't believe in something to do. That's his thing. The guy who brought him in, it's his fault for bringing him in. You knew what he was going to do when he come in, and you wanted what he did at Sporting Lisbon to do here at Manchester United. So and for me, I'm with Rory in that. I don't see him there next year. I think it'll be really difficult to turn.
He'll be gone back.
If you think about it though, Jamie, they've done that 3 times, haven't they?
Worst managerial record than Gary Neville.
You think of Van Gaal? Wasn't suited.
Do you know what he said?
Mourinho, what did he say?
Worst managerial record than Gary Neville.
I'm not laughing at Gary on this, but I always like the way every manager's judged against Gary. Andy, any manager, even Gary Neville got a better record than him, yeah. Sorry, Scholesy.
Oh, what was I saying? I can't remember.
Should we finish on Gary Neville?
I also think with the system thing that we all talk about and it won't change, is not changing. We have some very clever managers and coaches now. So they know exactly every week what you're coming up against, and they'll work a way around it. You think I don't know if this happened in Liverpool dressing room, but it always happened in our dressing room. When the team sheet comes under the door, the manager's doing his team talk, he'll look at it, right, what they're going to do. Yeah. What they're going to do. You don't have to do that with Man United.
Yeah.
We know exactly what you do. We know how to break you down. These managers are clever, so people are obsessed with philosophy and I can't change it now, You're getting beat a lot. You've got to change something, and maybe that will come with that.
He said something in the press conference the other day. He is great at the press conference. He gives you information. He said, I'm going to almost nail this system down so the players can play it with their eyes closed, I think he said, and then we'll start to change. I don't think he'll get the time to do that if he doesn't start getting results. And another point I'd make on him, he's still a very young manager. Yeah. What he did at Sporting Lisbon, we shouldn't write off. That was a brilliant achievement when you think of Benfica and Porto in that league. To sort of win the league a couple of times at Sporting Lisbon is a huge achievement.
The club he took over as well was great. Like they had the hooligans beating up the players and the training ground and stuff like that.
He's only 40. And I think about managers like, say, Unai Emery and Eddie Howe. They're not managers who are going for the league, but the top managers, they're really good managers. And to think this guy's got all the answers to get Manchester United back to the top, and there's managers who aren't even going for the league. They're going for those Champions League positions who are probably more experienced. And right now, better managers than him. So a lot of top managers in the Premier League he's coming up against. I think
we see them Grimsby. Look, I'm not excusing players or the team, but them games are difficult when a lot of players come. I've seen it when we were playing. Them players haven't played probably haven't played a full game this season for 5 weeks, and they go there, they're expected to be all of a sudden bang, switch on. Manu's a player that needs to be playing. He needs to be playing every week. If you see We had players, people like Wayne Rooney, if they don't play for the game, they're a bag of shit, do you know what I mean? Because honestly, they are, because they're not ready.
Here's the headline.
Oh, honestly, and then you've got Kobe Mainu and other players in and around that, and they're expected to go in and perform straight away. Oh, it's against Grimsby, and Grimsby were great, by the way. I was more worried about Grimsby because they're in Salford's league, to be honest with you. They need to be playing games, and I think he came on Saturday was a lot better. Now, we talk about recruitment, don't we? It comes up a lot and it gets on your nerves, doesn't it? But they haven't addressed the areas which needed addressing. Well, not most, because they brought the 3 centre forwards in, and yeah, more goals were needed.
I think Mbumo's looked good, to be fair.
Well, yeah, he's been the best one so far because he scored a couple of goals. The other ones haven't really got going yet. Sesko, I don't know what's quite happening with that. But he needed to address the midfield. The midfield, the legs were never in there. The goalkeeper was a massive one. Now, I think he's got 4 or 5 midfield players in there, and he wants to play 2 of them. He can't get it right. He can't get the combination right.
I don't think
Manu don't like. Casemiro, Manu don't like. Casemiro Fernandes is the one he seems to be going for a lot, but that isn't going to win you a Premier League.
But it's weird because in pre-season he worked with Ugarte and Mano, and then the season starts and it's Bruno and Casemiro. It was like, wait, what?
Look, he doesn't like Ugarte. Absolutely.
We should have known from the West Ham game.
And Ugarte, don't like him either.
Do you think? Listen, Manchester United, we know right now, are obviously a long way from winning the Premier League, but do you think the manager's set up and his style, do you think that can win the Premier League? No. We're talking about his system, there's a lot made about that.
He's struggling to win games at the minute rather than win a Premier League. I'm struggling to find...
Or do you think that this way of playing can prove successful for this manager?
Well, I think if you look at the games that again, results are the most important thing. And without points, this manager's going to be, close to being sacked if we don't turn this thing around very quickly. But the performances in and of themselves, like against Arsenal, we were the better team and we did look a lot better. And it wasn't like, oh God, that's the United from last season. That was one of the things I disagreed with Gary Neville. I think he made a comment of like, oh, it reminded me of last season. I don't think any performance has.
You mean the Fulham?
I think the Fulham one, yeah. And I thought Fulham, we should have been 2-3-0 up at half time, and there was a little bit of.
We can't keep saying this.
No, I know you can't, but there has been that. And against Burnley as well.